Welcome to Yoga with Robbie.
Start on the hands and knees, fingers wide, cat-cow.
Exhale as you round and push your hands to the floor. Inhale, dropping the ribs and lifting the head and tailbone. Breathe slowly in and out through the nostrils, locking the elbows and articulating all the joints in the back. Long, slow breaths. Then tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog. Push into the floor. Then slowly lift the right leg as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring the right knee towards the chest. Step the foot through, lower the back knee, come into a lunge. Lift the arms, interlace the fingers,
Just keep the biceps in the ears.
and bend to the right, breathing into the back and sides of the ribs. Come back to center, press down into the front foot and press into the back foot, and then lower the hands, step back into downward facing dog. Get all the air out. On the next inhalation, roll forward into a high plank without cranking the neck. And then exhale, slowly lower down, put the knees down, hug the elbows in, and carefully lower to the floor. Point the toes, squeeze the legs and the buttocks, retract the shoulder blades and slide them down the back. Again, not using the neck muscles. Exhale back via child's pose into downward facing dog or staying in child's pose. Come back onto the toes to stretch out the feet. Keep all the toes tucked under and then turn the hands around to stretch the wrists. Relax the tongue, the jaw, and all the muscles of the face. Come back into downward dog. Fingers are wide. Press into the palm of the hand. On the next inhalation, slowly lift the left leg into the air. Keep the feet active. Then step the foot through, bringing the knee towards the nose, coming into the lunge. Interlace the fingers the other way, pointing the index fingers up, lifting the shoulder blades and bending slightly to the left. Chin up. Ribs in, hands to the floor, step back foot forward, come into a forward bend. Bend the knees as much as necessary, spread the toes, relax the neck. Then slowly roll up to stand. Come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Squeeze the knees together. Pull the arm bones forward, protracting the shoulders, and then lift up off the heels. Extend, breathing in. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, lift up the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Arms forward, chin up. Breathe 360 degrees around the waist. Come down as low, perhaps bringing the thighs parallel to the floor. And then coming up, release. Prepare for eagle pose. Take the right arm under the left, pulling the arm bones forward, lifting them up, and then take the right leg over the left, squeezing the legs together. Breathe into the back and sides of the ribs. Beginner's version is to hug the body and simply lift one leg. Release, take the arms up, and then do the other side. Left arm under, left leg over. Drop the head forward, breathe into the back of the ribs, relax the neck. Release. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Step the right leg back into a lunge.
There's plenty of options to do in the lunge with the arms. The version I'm doing is pushing down into my knee to stretch the spine. Then go back into child's pose. Hands active, breath slow. And then lower down onto the floor for cobra, pointing the feet, engaging the glutes, and then back into child's pose, and then into downward facing dog. Relax the neck, push through the arms, exhale all of the air. Step the right foot to the front to do the lunge on the other side, this time adding a twist. If possible, hook the elbow to the outside of the knee. Place one fist into the palm of the opposite hand, and then twist from the upper rib cage. Step forward to the front, using the abdominals to fold forward, and then up. Other side, step the left leg back into the... Oh, I'm doing the right leg again. Oh, there I go. Okay, left leg back. And then, yeah, same thing with the arms. There's a little edit there because I kept looking at the camera. This is the first time I've done this, but I do want to start doing it regularly, so I'm just going to get it out there before I get it perfect. Okay, so then back into child's pose, get all the air out. It's important that you stay relaxed throughout this whole process, never pushing, never straining. So if there's any of these poses that feel too much, just rest into child's pose. Take it really slowly. Back into downward dog, active feet, active hands. It's preferable to have a straight back. So if your legs are not straight, bend them so that you can prioritize a long back. Okay, then left leg comes forward and then the twist on the other side. Here you can see what's happening with the hands. One hand is in a fist and one is in a palm. Try not to look up so that the neck stays engaged, stays relaxed, and the jaw is relaxed, the tongue is relaxed. Stepping forward again. If this forward bend is too strong for your back, you can always skip this part and just keep going back into downward dog and stick with the lunges. Okay, from here, lift the right leg up. We're preparing to interlace the fingers under the foot, but if you can't reach, hold onto the knee. Try to use your abdominals here rather than your hip flexors. Push down into the standing leg and then do the other side. So even if you can reach your foot, try not to use your arms to hold your foot in the air. Use your abdominals and the strength of the legs. Keep pushing down, keep the chin up, keep the breath slow into the abdomen. Both feet are active, spread the toes. Dancer's pose. Oh, not yet. That's coming. We're going to do it again. Right leg up. This version, you're protracting the shoulders. So you're learning to pull the sternum in and really use your pecs. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm doing this is a sort of prep for that. So rather than holding the knee, you're using the strength of the legs and the abdominals to hold the leg up on its own and learning to protract the shoulders. Okay, now dancer's pose. So step the right leg back. It's important in dancer's pose that you engage. Oh, not yet. Okay, little back bend. Interlace the fingers at the base of the spine. Palms in, fingers out. Engage the glutes, so squeeze them a little. And try to get the bend in the upper back, so you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Okay, here we go. Dancer's pose. Interlace the fingers. Or grab the inside of the foot. And then here I'm contracting the hamstrings and the buttock on the leg that's lifted. Other side. So hold on to the inside of the foot is active. Lift the chest, engage the buttocks and the rhomboid, so you're retracting the shoulder blades. Second round. Option to go a little bit deeper if you can keep the breath really smooth, sipping the air in and out through the nostrils. And then one more time on the left. It looks really like it was really windy, but it wasn't that windy because it was quite hot. It looks like there's like a hurricane. All right, and then release. Stretching the sides of the neck. And then we're going to come down onto the floor, if I remember correctly. First of all, I'm just gonna like shuffle my feet a little bit. And then inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold down. Relax the neck. Stepping back into plank, and then onto the knees, and then to the floor. Cobra pose, child's pose. Come up into crescent lunge, to step the right foot forward. Option to bring the back heel to the floor, making it warrior one. And then from here we're going to open out into warrior two. I don't love this transition because you need to move your feet. So make sure your feet are positioned for warrior two. And then inhale, open the heart. Oh, I didn't do that for very long. We'll do it on the other side, I guess. Okay, come up into warrior three. So this is the balancing one. So the back leg needs to be straight. The back muscles are active. Not like that. So that I just did that to sort of show you what not to do. All right, and then step back into plank, lower down with the exhalation. Do a low cobra and then back into child's pose, into downward facing dog. Okay, other side, lift the left leg, step it through. Come up into the crescent lunge. Make sure you use your feet to come up. So you press down into your feet. Active hands here. Pull the arm bones forward, protract the shoulders. Really feel the legs. And then open out into warrior two, the side warrior. Bend the front knee as much as you can, but really grip the floor with the feet. So you're spreading the toes like you have little suction cups. And then as you inhale, turn the palms up, and then exhale, turn the palms down. This is a beautiful movement for the shoulders. And then face to the front again, preparing for the balance. So get a little bit of spring in your step and then leap forward. Make sure that the back and the leg are in one line. You don't have to be you don't have to be horizontal to the floor. You could be at an angle. And then step back. And then into downward facing dog. Slowly lower down to the floor. Back into child's pose. And then we're going to come into melting heart, which is a different pose to child's pose. So notice here that the hips remain above the knees. This is really a great way to open the shoulders. So the shoulder blades retract and the torso drops through the arms. The arms stay really, really straight. Breathe slowly. And then You could stay in that pose, or a slightly stronger version this is called prelude to dolphin, or dolphin prelude. So the elbows are on the floor and you press the palms together above the head. It feels really great through the triceps and the lats. Okay, back into downward dog. Lift the right leg. We're coming into pigeon. So bring the knee to the elbow and then down, so you're getting a little bit of abdominals. And then prepare for pigeon pose to release into the hips. You could remain upright if you prefer, or lower down, resting the head, and then breathe into the back and sides of the ribs. We're starting to down regulate now towards the end of the practice. There's about 5 minutes to go. So try to empty the mind. Stay with the breath. Okay, come up into plank. Option to go into side plank on both sides, which is really great to stabilize the muscles for the lower back. And then lower down onto the floor through cobra again. Really use your glutes in the cobra, and then back through child's pose. And then up into downward facing dog. Second side, left leg lifts, breathing in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Take another breath in and then go to the opposite elbow. And then bring the foot down. Probably more gracefully than I'm doing it, but set up for pigeon. If it's uncomfortable to have the back leg straight, you can have both legs bent. But the sensation that you want here is a stretch through the glute medius in the front leg. So that's the top of the butt on that left side. Relax here and focus on a long, calm, smooth breath. You could hold these poses longer if you want to. You know, you can change the speed. And then coming up into 90-90 so both legs are bent. And this is a cool transition. I like to try moving into 90-90 on the other side without using my arms. So it's a great way to activate the muscles of the hips. You feel the internal and external rotation in the hips. Okay, spin the back leg around and then drop one knee in and one knee out. Try not to let the hips move up too much. So if your hips are really tight, you're gonna just compensate by moving the hips. So keep the hips still so that if you feel the stretch in the joint where the femur, the leg bone inserts into the pelvis, yeah. Okay, set up for tabletop, so fingers forward, and then exhale, lift the hips in towards the sky. Good, take another big breath in, exhale, lift up. Good, doesn't matter if your hips don't go very high. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Just compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Okay, take the arms behind. This is a great release for the front of the chest and the shoulders. So fingers turn back now. Point the toes, squeeze the legs. And then we're coming down onto the back. So leg roll down slowly if you can. Otherwise just come down with a thump. And then bridge. Bring the feet hip width apart, parallel, and then lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Make the back really strong here, so prioritize stability and strength over height. Feel the strength in the buttocks and the glutes and the inner legs. Spread the bones of the feet and press down into the floor with the feet. On the inhalation, spread the ribs and lift the sternum. On the exhalation, relax all the muscles of the face, neck and jaw. And then slowly lower down. Interlace the fingers behind the right knee, hugging the knee to the chest, and then take the foot to the ceiling and circle the foot a couple of times. Take it across for a twist, breathing into the side of the ribs, relaxing the neck. Release, second side. Hug the left knee in. Take the leg up towards the ceiling and then circle the foot a couple of times in both directions. And then prepare for the twist. So find a shape that makes your body feel good, that allows you to breathe deeply and calmly. So not forcing the body into some shape, but using these shapes to allow yourself to really connect to your own body and accepting it the way it is on any given day. Release, and then we're going to prepare for Shavasana. So come onto the back, extend through the legs, turn the palms to face up. It's really important to spend time at the end of your practice, even if it's just a couple of moments, to allow the body to rest. During this time, remain completely still and focus on sensations rather than thoughts. Listen to sounds, feel the breath, feel the heartbeat. When you're done, come out slowly, roll to one side and use your hands to push up to sitting. Thanks for watching. Please comment below if you have any questions or if you have any specific requests for future videos. Namaste.